Anyways, it's game number 1 in a brand new best of 5, and spawning here to the top left we have the red Terran. It's Future
representing that Alpha X, and in the bottom right hand corner we got our blue Terran player from France. He is Liquid Clem.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Liquid Clem's dad, who was apparently watching the stream last night during my goofy broadcast, clipped one of the many stupid things I say and tweeted it at me. So I just want to let you know, Clem's dad, who's older than probably most of you, has done more and is more interactive with this stream than y'all. You should be disappointed and shamed. But in all seriousness, I know Clem is probably the favored player here. Let's be real. He's just unstoppably good right now.
In his state right now, yeah, he's just...
A small caveat of hope does arise through Future, because while I would like to continue gushing about Clem all day, he's without a doubt one of my favorite players right now. Future has been killing it in the North American scene, and I think between him and Estrella, they're my 2 favorite NA players right now in terms of skill and performance. So while I do not believe Future is favored to win this series, I do truly believe he has it in him to take it off of Clem in a clutch situation.
Same here. And TvT, I think, is Future's best matchup, or at least the one that he is most comfortable in. So I don't think he's scared right now. Like, he doesn't look at Clem and say, like, oh my God, this is a big mountain to climb. Yeah, sure, it's going to be tough, but he's kind of fearless when it comes down to this matchup. Like, every time that I've talked to him about TvT, even when he played special at Philadelphia, like, it's one of those things where he just doesn't care. He loves this matchup. He's good at it, and nobody can stand in his way, in his mind.
I like this matchup too, because it's one of these things where, you know, similar to the early game of ZVZ, tanks can just bridge mistakes. If you make a bad engagement, it's not over like it is necessarily in PvP. Oh, sorry.
Be casting the game?
God damn it, I hate that alert. It's not over like it is in PvP or something. Instead, you just like fall back to your tanks and you can actually play it out in some situations. But then you have the other side of it where, like, sometimes 2 cyclones dominate and it's a stupid 5-minute TvT. So
and that's it.
It's all, no one really goes 2 cyclones anymore, just for the record, guys, but it's still one of the, I just love this matchup. It is still my favorite mirror matchup.
Yeah, and you know what, the cool part about it, we're gonna get a really good series here, because both Future and Clem are the type of players that like to make things happen in the game rather than react to them. So they are, like, you know, the type of players that are like, all right, well, I'm bored, I need to do something, I'm gonna drop here and then push here and do things. I need to play this game, and they love to use their units, very active with them. So I think we're gonna have a very active, fun TvT here, rather than kind of like sitting back and the more methodical style sometimes that you see. So,
well, the early game,
and I think they both have
angle of attack matters most. This Heli's got a really good blast off to start the fight. Splash damage is huge. Future's Reaper's fighting this out best he can. Reaper trades out for the Heli, and Heli trades out for the Reaper, and now it's 2-1. Future pursues Clem down the map, and in fact, I think we got to go to our eye in the sky for this one, guys.
Yeah, there was a point where I thought that Future was not going to lose a unit there, but they did trade off a little bit, and it seems like Clem is going to have to run away.
And he has been apprehended.
And over by the natural base, the Reaper has made its way. So, yeah, there's nothing here. Future getting some damage with the repair. The Cyclone comes on, and that is going to be all she wrote for that Reaper.
That transition needs to be shorter, you say. I disagree. I think it needs to be 10 times longer. Anyways, look, I mean, you didn't miss anything, guys. The Reaper was getting hunted. We saw it. But the Ravens follow-up this I like a lot. The dynamic of this has shifted a lot over the last year. TvT in general has it. The same basic principles are there. But there's been a huge shift of like 1 Raven to 2 Ravens to 3 Ravens back to 2 Ravens.
Yeah.
I want to see a 3 Raven
energy
game.
Thing. Especially with the energy, right? I think...
oh, yeah.
What was it? The
interference matrix was increased, so it takes a little bit more. But because of that, we've just seen auto turrets come back into fashion, which I think is hilarious. Oh, great nice use of the bushes out of Future. He's still probably gonna lose the Cyclone, but that was a clutch way to get some damage in.
Yeah, that'll probably get repaired, but that is a little bit of gas that Clem would have to use. And now we're looking at Marine Tank versus Marine Tank for the most part. And I believe both of them are, I don't know, comfortable, but I know they are both players that can go mech if they wanted to.
Yeah, I think Clem and Future are both typically bio players for the most part.
For the most part, yeah.
But I think what's really important is whether it's bio or whether it's mech, no matter what the case may be, air dominance in TvT is still king. And if you've got Vikings, you're going to win this game. I mean, as important as it is to deal with the Marines and tanks and Ravens, at the end of the game, for the end game TvT, air control matters most.
Yeah. I mean, that's been tried and true, right? That is the TvT written in the Bible, the 10 Commandments, right? Thou shalt make Vikings. Thou shalt make tanks.
Thou shalt balance wine while you're at it. But Clem's making the earlier transition to Vikings. I like seeing this, whatever. But I also love the way he's using his Ravens here to go for the harass. However, at a very potential big cost. He's not going to have them at home to defend. And if Future recognizes this, interference matrix goes on the tank and he wins this fight, no question.
Yep. So we're going to see him set up here by the natural base. Here go the 2 Ravens, Rifkin.
Oh, it's auto turrets instead. Questionable because auto turrets have good damage for sure, but now the Ravens are dry. Regardless, tanks have been removed from play. The Cyclones are still a bit of a problem, but Future, he didn't just lose 5 SCVs. He lost full mining, 0 income for a moment there. Completely dropping off versus Clem for a moment.
Yeah, but what does Clem have to do with this? He has the Cyclones, I guess, but the tank count got reset like you were saying, and now here comes one from Clem from high ground.
I don't like these Marines diving like that.
He's gonna lose a bit here. But can he get any worker damage done?
Yo, the auto turret.
The Raven is gonna go. This is it, Clem. For the hold, can he do it?
Dude, this is so insane. The unsieged tank can save him. I don't know why he's backing away. He's got control with this for the moment. That command center is low. He's got 14 workers. Make no mistake, Future's in a pretty good position coming out of this when it comes to the economy, but he still has these Ravens pushing him off. So all that extra money he's getting, it comes in these bursts. He has to keep pulling away or losing SCVs.
Yeah, looking at the worker skill too, 17 to 12. So even though, Future did a decent push right there, Clem was able to equalize with the Raven, and that's all he did. Just use the Raven to do it. So I believe,
I'm like screaming internally, like, Future, just build a single Viking, please. Push these Ravens off. They're going to keep coming back every time. They're going to keep coming back over the next 10 minutes, and they're going to get 2 kills here, 2 kills there, 2 kills here until they're dealt with. These Ravens are incredibly deadly despite being very slow in terms of damage.
Yeah, and you made a good point about the mining time lost. Like, you don't have a graph for that, or I guess you could see the mining, like,
you can see it on the income graph for sure.
The income
you can
graph,
see that
sure.
Fucking fall off so hard.
God damn! Thank you, Ryan Shooter.
Fun fact: did you know I paid Ryan to make this before he worked at Blizzard?
No, I did not know that.
I begged him. I'm like, yo, Dota's got the money graph. Please put an income graph in the game. So we had a really janky one before they made the WCS one, but that's how the income graph came to be.
Wow, Rifkin, saving esports, $1 at a time.
But yeah, Ryan's
something that you guys can do as well.
Dude. Ryan's a god.
Whoa. All right, here we go, Rifkin. We got a little bit of an engagement here by the south side of the natural base of Future, as well as a drop inside of it too.
If those Vikings land, it could probably help kill the tanks, but he's going to try and push forward with the medevacs most. Clem is getting some pretty good damage here, not in terms of killing things, but denying mining and just keeping Future at home, allowing him to get his third base going. Auto turrets come in. I mean, Clem is not doing a big Hulk smash move, but he is doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, very calculated too, because it can be really hard to actually deal damage while you're trying to defend. And now he kind of is in the driver's seat, right? Both of them have their third bases, but Clem is the aggressor.
Future's 10 million times better than I'll ever be, but I can't help but pause and go, what if he had a single Viking this game?
Just one Viking, just one.
Like, okay, this Raven, for example, has 13 kills. This Raven has 6. It can't be worth letting them sit there all game.
I know, with the reactor on the starport too. Just get rid of it, right? Just gotta get rid of it.
Oh, I didn't realize it's combat shields versus no combat shields. This is huge. Clem's Marines have an insane advantage over Future's right now.
But Future has +1. And combat shield is such a huge upgrade.
I think combat shield still trumps +1.
I think so as well.
But not
no, Clem!
Not
no, did he?
He's over here. This is why he's microing the medevac on Future side of the map. He's killing 13 workers though, Tempo. 14 workers, Tempo. 15 workers, Tempo. 16, no, 15.
So yeah, this positioning from Future is actually really good. He has 4 tanks, and Clem only has 2, but he has the air superiority. So
yeah, this is what's the big deal.
He scans.
It's gonna be scans, but it's also like he has to pay to play. Like by every time he scans, it's mules he's not dropping. The Vikings are gonna zone out medevac, so they can't exactly poke up and provide vision. And Clem, he just really needs like a liberator or two, and he's building those right now, and he's gonna push back this entire army. These Ravens, this is insane. This is so out of hand at this point. Like it's not even just about the kills. 24 kills on this Raven, by the way.
That's what I'm saying. It's ridiculous.
But it's like the mining loss, the constant pulling away the SCs. Maybe it doesn't matter. Future's still doing a ton of damage over here, but he's taking a ton of damage at home too.
That is true. And if you look at the workers, 50 to 43, it's not the biggest difference, but 43 and forcing your opponent to lift up their third, pretty big deal here. So Liberators are going to be able to take out the tanks.
They're going to liberate.
Yes. All right, we hit 16. We're good. It's like, geez. Yeah, the Liberators are really good in this situation because they're. We were talking about the air superiority. And the fact that Future doesn't
I don't care anymore. Viking. Future, you know I love and respect you. Bet a fucking Viking! Oh my god!
It's so true. Oh, but here comes Clem. He's pissed.
Clem is pissed. The command center is lifted. He's looking for blood. Natural base is probably forfeit. Engineering bay could get focused down. Deny that +2 would be big. But while this goes on, Future's also dropping and also trying to deny Clem's upgrades, which are 1-1, and he's going to be so far behind.
Yep, and get both of them. Both of the E-bays go down, but the natural base did have to live.
He's missing out on the opportunity to deny +2 armor. This is kind of big.
Wow, what a game. Here comes Future as well, trying to kill that tank, but he's not going to be successful.
By the way,
he will get there, but at what cost?
Look, I know the Ravens are kind of like a clown car thing we've been honed in on this game, but I just want to point out, like, even with those in consideration and knowing where Clem is, this has been such a crazy, like, you're right, this is a crazy game. No one would expect Future and Clem to be this close, this neck and neck in this match.
NA versus EU, straight up. And do remember, we are on NA right now, too, so yeah, there might be some kind of a micro factor for Clem.
Luckily, it's not that bad. East Coast to EU is probably the most tolerable. Yeah.
Oh, we haven't seen, like, mistakes like that are glaring, right?
Well, speaking of glaring, there are upgrade problems here that are glaring. It's +2 armor for Future versus just +1 weapons for Clem. In any kind of just direct marine to marine no tank fight, Future should win those every single time.
Yeah. All right, but once again, Rifkin, these Ravens, I swear.
Yeah, he just killed like 3 or 4 points. 30 kills. I've never seen a 30 kill Raven post Seeker missile, dude.
And then a 15 kill one on the north side too. It's like, just you know.
He doesn't believe in Vikings, dude.
I was hoping they'll just kind of go away, right? He's like, okay, well, maybe if I just ignore it and close my eyes,
look,
it won't come back, right? If you can't see me, I can't see you.
But this is what kills me. Even with this thorn in his side, he's playing incredibly well. His army supply is keeping up. His upgrades are superior, and that tank count is certainly noteworthy. But I like what Clem has so much more. It's not much, but the Liberators, the 3 Vikings, I think those are game-defining units.
They really are. And it's just one of those things where it's going to keep coming back. And the fact that look at this, another 9 to 10 kills for energy, mind you, right? Like this is not, he's trading.
Yeah, every person who's ever complained about swarm hosts are now writing on the forums about Ravens, dude.
Yeah.
36 kills, mother of God.
It's insane.
You know what's crazy? If Future wins this game, we're still going to be harping on about the Ravens for the rest of the series.
If he loses this game, we'll still be harping on the Ravens for the rest of the series. Oh, man. But, yeah, Clem is really doing a really good job, right? He took a lot of damage. He's stimming in here before this the siege.
It's risky because he's trying to catch Future before Future sieged up, but remember what I said earlier, guys. Any kind of marine to marine fight, Future has an insane advantage through that armor upgrade. It doesn't seem like much, but with how fast Marines fire and how little they hit for, every armor upgrade's a big deal. And getting +3, he's gonna have +3 armor when Clem's on +1 weapons. Future's Marines are not going to die in a marine to marine fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the tanks pretty much. And Clem, yeah, he has a few, right? I think he's up to about. Actually, no.
Oh my god! 8. Oh my god! Look at the production tab. Look at the production tab tempo.
Oh my god!
2 Vikings just finished building. Oh! He's looking for the Ravens. They're in the sensor tower. How is he not going directly to them? Okay, look, whatever. Those will finally deal with this problem. Mike Seckham just got back, says he's got his popcorn. Did I miss anything? You've missed an insane 15 minutes of this TvT. Clem and Future are I just want more of this. Can we just say
love this.
the finals and just do this 7
And
times?
just do this all day. Best of 69 between Clem and Future. Just
No,
go.
stop. You can't. I've done more best of 69s than anyone else. I don't want to ever do one again, dude. I got PTSD hearing that.
He always reels me in.
Oh my god, the Liberators, the splash damage, the Vikings completely dominating Future's attack. Clem crushes this, destroying the supply despite the upgrade differences.
It didn't matter. Clem just was in position. Future took a big risk right there, and he paid dearly for it.
Interference matrix, the Viking, do it. Interference matrix, the Viking, do it. No. Ah.
Imagine.
He gets 2 auto turrets now, so he's gonna kill the Ravens before dying. That Raven dies with like 38 kills under its belt.
Yeah, nearly 40 kills is insane.
But here comes this was insane to me, right? Clem is up in supply, but Future's upgrades are so fucking good right now.
They really are. He's down through 3-3 already? No,
Well,
2-3.
2-3, but okay, he's bridging that gap. 7 seconds to go. Future's got 3 seconds to take this fight. Backs away. Clem's now closer to even than he was before.
Boy, what a weird position here on the double hills here, and Clem's his tanks. Yeah, they're kind of lagging behind. There they go.
He's got a lot of.
Oh
My god, Future's got hell of tanks.
That's way too many tanks, though, right?
And he's got the counterattack. These Marines came in without medevac support, without tanks, but they're gonna shred the SCVs at this base. Future getting big damage under retaliation, but isn't enough. He lost the base. I don't know if this is enough.
Oh, here come the Liberators, but finally, since Future just have a few Vikings, he will be able to take out those Liberators, but those tanks, it's not going to be enough. Clem is going to take it.
Oh,
what a
my
game.
God. What a game, dude. I got nothing but respect for that. Holy crap. The destination is Eternal Empire. It's game number 2, and spawning in the upper right side of the map, we have the no good maybe Future.
Oh, boy.
Yep, he's up to no good.
Nothing's fishy. In the bottom left-hand corner, speaking of where fish live, in this blue Terran, it is Liquid Clem.
This is interesting to me because I don't peg Future as somebody to do this out of desperation and to do this out of like tactical decision making combined with map choice. So
on some Maru-ish.
Yeah, well, Terran versus Terran, it's a little bit more committed, but yeah, same idea. Illusion, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub, by the way. But yeah,
so the fact that he did get the gas too, it will be Double Reaper, and on Eternal Empire, you do have a lot of real estate here to jump around.
I kind of want him to throw us for a loop and just do like Marauders for no reason.
I swear to God.
Okay, so Clem's gonna go for the SCV scout, and he will see that there's nothing at home, and this is gonna raise a lot of alarms. But here's where I like out of Future. This is what I want to see. I don't care if this wins or loses. This sets up a really cool potential for game 3, where he could put, say, game 3, his barracks in the natural at the 3rd. Not actually proxy, but make it look like he's doing it again.
Yeah. You can kind of sell it, right? You're playing the series, not just the game.
Right.
So this is really cool if you were to do that.
I think it's a power move, and it could work, but I'm just saying it creates a really cool opportunity for game 3 with scouting information.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Clem knows now. So what is Clem's reaction? I know you're a Terran player, Rifkin, so when you see that there are no barracks inside of your opponent's base, what do you do in your head? You're like,
you don't know how I play TvT, do you?
You're the one that does the...
I leave. That's what I do. I love watching TvT. I can't handle this matchup in the slightest, but I do love Clem's reaction. So he puts bunkers down, and these are not necessarily the end all be all because you of course need units to go inside the bunker. Reapers can just run past them. But for the start, this helps bluff which side is the safe side to jump up on. It also makes it really hard to guess where you're gonna go. So for Clem, this is not a set it and forget it, but this is gonna help a lot. Hellions coming out will be a lot better. Cyclone can shut this down in a pinch. I don't think Clem is sweating too hard right now, although he is.
I don't think so either.
Oh no, this is a really bad supply block. He prioritized the bunkers over his second depot.
Oh no, and he can't make the Hellion.
Well, I guess Future's not overcommitting to this, so it's not the end of the world, but he's denying the supply depot.
That's so cool.
He can't build anything. Clem just literally can't build anything. Whoa. He built one Marine because of the SCV that died.
And he actually cancels the... Oh, what the heck? Yo.
He drops supply.
I love the high ground. Okay, yeah, but that's... No, he had to do that.
He had to. Nobody wants to do that. He had to do that. And now the Reapers... Oh my god, if the Reapers pick this off, this is actually pretty devastating damage.
That's a gigantic supply block if you were to lose it. And you might lose some SCVs here as well.
It's forcing Clem to react to him. It's forcing Clem to come to him. The barracks provides the high ground vision. It physically blocks out some of the area that can be repaired with, and it's soaking auto attacks.
Wow, Future gonna lose another Reaper here maybe on the left side, and also the middle one.
Yeah.
And it seems like Clem is held.
So this is weird. This didn't do enough damage, but this actually totally fucked with Clem in the worst of ways.
Yeah.
I mean, he was supply blocked for so long, so his SCV production falls off. Future actually has more workers, and his command center's on location. Also, you could argue, yeah, Future wasted quite a bit of gas doing this, but it forced Clem to build these bunkers, which, yeah, you can salvage, but those should have been depots, right? His pacing has been thrown off by this opening, if nothing else. Does Future win because of this? Probably not directly, but this is going to help definitely throw off everything Clem would like to do. And this one Marine looks trolly. I cast the game where Innovation made his, I think it was Cure versus Innovation, if I'm not mistaken. It was a tap out from this one Marine. It's not going to be here, but this is actually a sick move.
And it's not being reacted to yet. So
I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
I mean, what really can you do? I mean, maybe move the
Maybe because one SCV is worth it.
And he repairs it at the last
feel like
second.
But that's 5 SCVs that lost mining time and minerals to repair the SCV. That was probably still worth it.
Yeah, it's funny when you think about it.
In fact, if I look at the income graph, you can see a giant spike in Future's favor when those 5 SCVs were pulled to repair the one.
Yep. Something that should not be overlooked ever. But it looks like we're going to be going into the more normal stages of it. But what a weird start.
I'm wondering if Future's going to play mech this game, by the way. He's delaying his production. You can still play bio out of this, but he's open with double cycle and he's got a fast third CC.
The map probably favors it too. So
I'm jaded. I don't think maps favor mech per se. I think it's just player skill more than anything else. There's some. I mean, it depends what type of mech, right? Turtle mech's very different than Cyclone Hellion mech, obviously.
Yeah. All right, a little bit of a scuffle here. Gonna be able to take that out. Future gonna save both of the Cyclones. No, he does not. He loses one of them. That auto turret. He's actually taking a page out of Clem's book. Like, you know what? That auto turret in his last game was pretty cool, man. And now he's doing it himself.
Some really good payback.
All right.
So it is bio,
already an explosive start. Yeah, it does look to be bio, right? With the addition of the barracks here. And Clem already added his, did he or no? There they go.
Yeah, they're all swapping around now, so we're gonna see production pick up on both sides of the field. The third CC comes out, and Clem's a little behind in that regard, but this is not like it's on location for either player. It's not that big of a deal.
No, and they're relatively even, right? Future does have the SCV lead. I think their starports are around the same time, but we're seeing that Future is favoring the Raven production, while Clem is favoring the Viking.
Well, you know why? Because Clem knows how problematic it is to leave these Ravens alive for so long.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I was
so 3 Vikings to 2.
I'm going to be casting Future a month from now, still thinking about that small interaction.
That one game, it's just, you just want it to go away, but it doesn't. And Clem is very active with his units, so you can't count on Clem to just sit there with the Raven and not do anything with it. That's not what Clem does. Oh my. Okay, so it is going to be Biotank indeed. Viking production a little bit ahead there for Clem.
Is this Raven going to drop another auto turret? Seriously? I almost wish he would have dropped on the tech lab. He could have maybe denied Stimpack.
He might have been able to, actually.
Yeah, because everything else is chasing the other Raven. Either way, it's been resolved.
I'll get another one.
This was really painful for Clem to deal with, but it's not exactly taking him out of the game.
No, and TvT is like that kind of, right? Where even if you do have a worker deficit, you can still stay in the game, right? You're mining your gas. It's more so about like the power units, like the tanks and the Ravens and the Vikings.
And that's where this is gonna be interesting. It is gonna be 4 Vikings versus 4 Vikings, but it's gonna be 1 Raven versus 2.
All right.
I'm not sure what you prioritize in this situation as Future, auto turrets or anti-armor missile. I think anti-armor makes more sense, but harder to hit. Either way, he can cast anything he wants here at least once.
Yeah. I mean, if you're the one defending, if you're going to go ahead and try to break that position that Clem would take, I would say Interference Matrix. But if you're just defending, you know, the Ravens they have a lot of options here.
Interference Matrix really has fallen off. The extra 25 energy, I wouldn't say makes it unusable, but I would say 9 times out of 10, pro Terran players are picking auto turrets.
It seems so.
But I think it's just if you can get 2 auto turrets for 1 interference matrix, essentially.
Yeah. New Clem, he wants to make something happen, but he just can't figure out. He's like, to the right, to the left.
One thing he's probably happy about is Future's bringing a lot of scans just to see where this is.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Psych, where the heck did you come from?
Both players trying to throw down tons of auto turrets. Clem actually taps out from this. The Ravens were so mishandled. Future ends up tying up the game. Or tying up the series. What is... Dude, this TvT is like next level. I can't even keep up with it, Tempo. I love this matchup, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
What was that? I mean, okay,
well, so he was going in to... Oh, I probably could have hit rewind there. I was going to show you guys. He was going in for the Ravens, but he misclicked the auto turrets, and with the placement being misplaced, he started to retreat. In doing so, has 2 Ravens with over half energy sniped off by the Vikings. That just felt bad. I can understand the tap out, and the map is Everdream. I'm still casting with Tempo. Of course, I'm Rifkin. You guys are watching Base Trade TV, and this is the Minneapolis COVID Relief Tournament. But of course, it kind of turned into general COVID relief due to an error on my part. But still, if you guys type !donate into the chat, 2 donation links will come up. One leads to the Tiltify command, which is the fundraiser on stream, and that's for general COVID relief in the United States through United Way. The other one is directly for the Greater Twin Cities division of the United Way charity, and you can donate directly to Minneapolis over there if you'd like. I encourage you guys to do so because any amount helps a ton. You know what, like, forget any whatever you feel in terms of like left, right, white, black. Everybody is going to be affected by COVID-19, not just the poor families who can't afford healthcare, but you who is losing your job, or your neighbor who can't afford food. And just, this goes a long way to help a lot of people. Please consider giving to the charity.
Well put.
But let's hop into the game in a much less heavy note. To the bottom left, he's actually going to be faced with some trouble. It's the blue Terran Future. But look what's going on over here.
Yeah, in the top right-hand corner with 2 racks being produced, it is going to be our red Terran player from France. It is Liquid Clem.
Now, this isn't versus Zerg, so we're not going to see Clem go bonkers, but I just want to highlight, we saw Clem go 9 racks Reaper versus Solar in the group stage. That still for me is one of the most wild, stupid games I've ever cast.
Did he win?
Yeah, he won. But
what?
But the reason I mention this is, of course, Clem is very skilled with Reapers. However, the way he's doing this is it's not a proxy play. It's built at home. So it's not going to have the distance to hit him and rush him as fast as possible, but he still should have the numbers to overwhelm him. Oh, did he just scout that? He did. Oh, Future went for a fast CC. And in a normal build, in a normal game, this is fine. No problems whatsoever. But because it's double racks pumping units, this is now 400 minerals he won't have to help defend with.
Exactly, and he has no idea about it either. So it will hit him by surprise, right? The first Reaper, normal timing. Okay. Oh, he got the first shot too. So this sucks for Future, because if you can at least get the first shot, you can kind of make the Reaper go back home. But now he has to go back to his own house, and he's not going to get any scouting.
No, the bigger thing here is, of course, this gets stalled out. The longer it takes this command center to finish, the more it hurts, and the better it is for Clem, because he starts his later, but if he does this right, he should finish his first.
Yeah, he can do some really great damage here. That Reaper should die. No! Clem needed to keep that alive, though.
Well, so I think Clem, I don't like the priority there. I think he went to target the SCV building the command center when he should have finished the Reaper.
Yeah, look at the micro from Future, though.
Both players at this point.
Like, yeah.
Well,
wow, really impressive here from Future. I must say.
He can still kill the SCV if he's quick. Oh, he missed the shot.
Oh, not quick enough.
He auto-attacked the command center once, and that was the mistake. This would have been one of those like 100% stall out type BS situations.
At like 99%, and it's like, are you kidding me? And that tilts you too. But with the Hellion coming out, I feel like the 3 Reapers, yeah, they're scary and all, but
the only thing worse than converting Celsius to Fahrenheit and vice versa is Blizzard converting 100% to completion.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god,
I've seen it happen way too often too.
He's not splitting the Reaper. Oh my god, that was so terrible. That could have been a triple kill.
Wow, the micro though from both players, really impressive here.
Yeah, we've
been here comes 3 Reapers, but the Hellion, I think there was another one that came out. Where did it go?
Micro's back to low Reaper. These Reapers, of course, doing busy
he did.
healing drugs, if you know what I'm saying. Seriously,
Drugs
if
are
they're not,
bad,
if they're
kids,
not on
okay?
cocaine, I don't know what.
I don't know what it is, right?
Space
Like,
cocaine,
I mean,
dude.
If you're a Reaper, you're definitely on cocaine.
I just imagine combat drugs, because for those who don't know, that's literally what it's called. That gives them the healing. I have to imagine they just crush up Mutalisk wings like some Eastern medicine in like a little mortar, and then they're just snorting that shit, and it heals them like crazy, like Mutas, dude.
You know what? You might be right. You might be onto something.
So it's like, yo, give me a hit of that.
Give me some of them grave worms, yo. Like.
No, you never go glaive worms. That shit's too intense for the battlefield.
That's too intense, yeah.
You start hallucinating and shit. It's wild. You're bouncing all over the place.
Just, yo, amazing.
Hey, Temp, I got a joke
But it seems
for
like
you.
future. I'm ready for it.
If you get eaten by an elephant and find yourself trapped inside its stomach, how do you escape?
How do you?
You run around until you're all pooped out.
Really? Really, Rifkin?
I had to sneak one in here for the cast, my guy.
I was thinking, I'm like, what? You escaped through the trunk or something? I don't even know. I was like going into my mind, like, what would it be?
How would that? What?
I know, but I didn't know. I'm sorry. I was going through the motions in my head.
You know what an elephant looks
Look,
like,
man.
right? You know.
Look, man. Look, man. I didn't say it until after the fact. Okay. Here comes the Banshee. Gonna get a few kills. Good Banshee control.
Yeah.
But yes, you would not escape through the trunk, Rifkin. It doesn't work that well. But it's like a, because trunks are usually in the back, but an elephant trunk is in the front. It's kind of like a multi-layered. I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah. We could abandon ship on this. I'd be okay with that. We'll scuttle the ship like it's Sea of Thieves. All right.
Yep.
Second Banshee's on the way in. The Cyclone is adequate anti-air. It's the problem of being able to see it and also be able to reach it. The Raven helps with seeing it, and the Cyclone, well, it's got no problem reaching it.
Yeah. And I don't know if he got cloaked, did he? Yes, he did. So that should be enough Marines, but remember, you can also outrange the Marines there with the Banshee, depending on the micro, but the Cyclone makes things a little bit more difficult, but now that the Raven is here...
I mean, these Banshees, I think, were still worth. They've found ways to get damage done through this detection, through the... 7 kills, I mean, is pretty good.
I would say so. And the scouting is also phenomenal because it doesn't have to use a scan
Get out.
either.
Is that 1 HP? It's 2 HP. It's like worse. The only thing worse than 1 HP is 2 HP.
That's the worst, yeah. That's the second worst, I mean.
You know what? This is like every time you've ever played a team game or a shooter and like someone taps somebody for 5 damage, they shout, "He's won! He's won!" Banshee, like, actually is one.
Literally. Yo. But he gets out. And you know what? You can repair that, bring it back at a later stage of the game when they're least expecting it. So I think that should be what we see. But where did he actually put it? Oh, he's playing with fire right now, man. Future, just get that Banshee. Stop. Future. Okay,
oh, he cloak juked it. He cloak juked it. These guys are actually insane. Oh my god.
They're ridiculous.
When I herald the Future being the top of North America, I do so for good reason.
Yeah, he's really been turning up. All right, so we're gonna go to the stage of the game where things are a little bit more tame. Third bases for both players. Stim on the way, +1. I believe Clem's just finished for Stim.
You know, I was thinking, someone in chat says like 3 HP. I'm like, yeah, 1 HP is basically 2 HP. 2 HP is basically 3 HP. Like, this is like tender logic of like, yeah, I'm 5'8", which is basically 5'9".
Basically
which
like
is,
7 feet.
Looks like 5'10", so really, I'm 6 feet tall. The Banshee's just got full HP, dude.
Yeah.
Can't believe he one-shot a full HP Banshee.
Wow.
Okay, Marines are spread really nicely out of Clem. This looks a little silly at a glance, but this is amazing for scouting because he covers all the pathways that Future could possibly walk down. Of course, Future's not taking a sneaky attack path. He's just walking down the middle, and they're about to meet each other. It's 1-1 advantage for Clem. They both have Stim to work with, and it's 1 Raven versus 1 Raven.
Yeah, they're literally mirroring their builds, and it seems like Clem wants to be the one to move out here.
Minus the part with the Banshee.
Oh, the Banshee. True. And then, of course, from the starport, we're seeing Medivacs coming out, who tends to favor them more so. But Clem already has 2 Medivacs, right? So.
Oh, does he see this? I don't think he saw. I just checked his vision. Okay, he sees it now. That extra Marine, so clutch to see this. Forces the unload, gives Clem now time to react to this.
Yep, and that's so important because if you get blindsided by that during the push, if there were to be one, which I don't see it, it's just the worst feeling.
Oh,
whoa. Is he going to drop on that? Is he crazy? Oh, I think he might be.
Speaking of crazy drops,
okay.
interference matrix denying both these medevacs.
Yeah.
That's big. That's a lot of energy though soaked up from the Ravens. 75 per shot, I believe.
Yeah, but the good part is he doesn't take any economic damage, right? I would trade energy for that because he was not ready to deal with it at all.
And the problem is though, he did a great job denying them initially, but then walks away to the middle of the map, so they just go back in. Because why wouldn't they? This forces Future to return back home, and Clem's looking for some big damage. He sees some depots with supply dropped on them. These would be some pretty good targets to prioritize, but oh my god, that medevac is
so
one.
low. What is this game?
What is with this 2 HP BS, dude? It's always one.
Like, seriously.
But this
even numbers, man. Everybody loves even numbers.
He pushes up towards the third base tempo.
Interference matrix.
Oh my god,
on the front tank.
18, 19 has 22 SCVs. 26.
Clem, he's doing it, man. He's pushing up on that third base, and I think even with the interference matrix, yes, he might lose these tanks, but he's going to be able to trade. No, he's not.
He's a literal god tasteless.
Literal god tasteless. 27 workers killed. And now Clem, he loses 2 tanks, but you know what? He's perfectly fine with it.
It's scary because this counterattack does look big, and Future by all means has an army to fight with, but he has to actually win the fight. There's no trading out or like withdrawing. It has to be total domination, and it's not. So
it's
GG.
Not.
Clem. Ooh. It's game number 4. It's also possibly the deciding factor, as this guy here in the bottom right is on his last life to the possibly last time we introduce him. It's the Red Terran Future.
Oh, and in the top left-hand corner representing France, he is up 2-1. Can he close it out? It is Liquid Clem.
I like
Low
this
baguette.
War Puppy in the chat says, I'm cheering for Future. The barracks play to wall off the SCVs out of the repair won me over. That's fair. There's been a lot of cool moves in this series. Yep. There's been a lot of really excellent moves, and there's been some pretty poor moves, but this has overall been a very great best of 5.
Yeah, both of them have been, so I can't wait for the finals. So let's see if we can get to game 5 here.
I don't want to go full like Artosis and Tasteless, where this like every game we had is like the best game we've ever seen. You know, that
best game. Yeah.
But this has actually been such a sick TvT series so far, like legitimately.
It has been.
I cast so much of these every week, guys. It can sometimes get a little boring. It can sometimes get a little tedious. I'm sitting here with restless leg syndrome because I've just been so excited, like a dog wagging its tail, waiting to see what game 4 has in store for us.
Yeah, same here. I love it. I love it. Here we are in the semifinals too.
I do want to briefly go over this map because it is kind of new and not everyone's aware of these weird circles in the middle. And you're going to see this with the SCV. These are not slow zones. They're the opposite. They're acceleration zones. And every map we've had in the last 2.5 seasons has had slow fields. So it's weird to see the opposite. But just so you guys are aware, these do speed things up pretty considerably. Look at that Reaper.
Oh, wow. Look at them. What? That was actually kind of cool.
Dude, it goes to 7 movement speed-ish.
Yeah.
When it does that. That's incredible. That's faster than Oracle's.
I wonder why he went home, though. Did he see something that...
I think he just wants to make sure his command center doesn't get disrupted. I think it's probably as simple as that. There's nothing to have seen.
Okay.
But there's a couple of different pathings to talk about for this, and this is why I bring these up. One is if you just rally from your natural to their natural, you will actually walk through all 3 slow fields naturally. It's really silly.
Naturally.
But you can go around them, and you can take these curves. So there are other ways to go through the map. But 2 Reapers come in at a time that's not quite good for Future. He won't lose his command center or anything, but the Hellions aren't out, for example. So these will be very frustrating to deal with. The Reaper's also across the map right now.
All right. So kind of annoying here, but with the 2 Hellions coming out, and very interestingly enough, he actually put a reactor on the factory here. So do you think, what is he doing, like a Hellion drop? No, it's a Liberator. What do you make of this opener? Because this is kind of
I think he's just gonna swap over after these next 2 Hellions. Oh no, he's still going for it.
Oh my god.
So this might be a mech game.
He's gonna go mech. Yeah.
I'm jaded. So just so everyone's aware, because I know TvT is a bit of a fickle matchup, mech and bio really don't matter that much. In terms of like how you play it out, it goes down to pacing for air still at the end of the day. But mech is a very different beast and will require Clem to make slightly different units. For example, bio tank, you would never meld a Marauder. If you do, you've misclicked.
You've done something wrong, right? Like, why is your barracks on that tech lab?
But I mean, this
yes,
also
it's
might
researching
just
stim.
like 6 Hellions doesn't mean mech. It's just odd to see 6 Hellions this early. Well, more.
Dude, he's
it's
going
gonna
to
be
8 Rifkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now he's gonna stop here and put it onto the tech lab. So okay, I can dig it.
I'm still jaded. We'll see how this goes. 8. Just to be clear for everybody watching, 8 Hellions is some massive damage in the early game for sure. But I mean, it's not going to break the bunker.
And it's unexpected too.
You can run past the bunker.
Look, bye. And he goes right to the natural line, and what's there to defend it?
Bodies, dead bodies.
Maybe that coffin scene was actually right. But you know it's going to be 9. You do have a Liberator in the main too.
I will say this was well defended out of Clem by having the Cyclone in the main. That Liberator could have done so much more damage. The Hellions, they found a full bunker waiting for them, so it wasn't a bluff. 11 SCVs may have died, but can Future hold the counterattack? My thoughts are no.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really tough hold for Future here, right? He's only just now starting that third base.
This
but
is so great. This should have been 2 bunkers. This should not have been a 3rd CC.
Yeah,
he knows he didn't do that much
he's
damage.
Gonna just die.
Oh,
Cyclones. At least there's no tanks though, but it's still going to be really tough, I think.
I think an auto turret, I think a lock on, I think Vikings land on the ground. He might be able to clutch this, but it's going to be very difficult to do. The auto turret's a big start.
All right, that's 1.
Siege tank sets up in a good spot too. This should be in range of the other siege. No, it's just barely by like 1 pixel, not in range of the other siege tank.
Wow, there was a tank there. I did not see that Clem had a tank with him. So this makes it really awkward for Future. But the Vikings come out of the starport. They're gonna take that Raven down, perhaps. If the Cyclone does not.
They rally on top of the auto turret. I don't know about this.
Cyclone goes down, Rifkin. Oh my lord. Uh-oh, this could be it for Future. He only has 8 army supply. But I think he's dead.
Yeah, GG.
Wow.
Well, Future will not get the big money. He will walk away.
Future does not have a future.
Okay, you shut the fuck up.